Hi everyone. We carry on with our story. The beginning, as we said yesterday, and we got to a point where um, man is becoming or will be becoming uh, something else from what we talked about yesterday. Now, one holy book talks in some details about all this. As Adam symbolizes mankind being the father of all humanity, he was taught, according to this book, all the names of nature and creatures. And here I would like to point out that at this point, Adam was ready for his mission on earth, that is, ruling the earth, managing uh, the life and all this. And because he reached actually some maturity to develop over the coming times and centuries, of course, not in one simple phase, not in one simple time. So let's admit something. Uh, Prior to Adam, as we know, I mean, there were creatures of living kind living along with animals, as we all know, which means in sort of tribes or individual or small groups and so on. So, what we call the primitive creatures, if you want, of some age and bestiality, and this is how uh, mankind um stepped out of this phase of bestiality and becomes a little bit um, aware and knowing and start to discover things like first discovery or the most important discovery is fire. As we know, with this fire, um, he used it to develop his taste instead of keep on eating um, you know raw meat like from the animal he hunts or he killed and so on. He be, he became making barbecue. Then managed to have a shelter, a ceiling, and a cozy place to harbor. In the course of all this, managed to craft tools as well, and instruments and other things. From time to time, traditional historical religions claim that God sent prophets to guide mankind and to teach them good things, values, relations with others, starting with parents, to love them and take care of them, and after that, regulate family life and relations. Then came Moses with the Ten Commandments, fixing a social life to them, almost perfect one, they thought in that time. Then Jesus came, turning everything in teaching, and after he died and raised, a new era began. Judaism was the kind of, let's say, the existing or the actual majority or something. So this Judaism perpetuated to Nazarene, which means followers of Jesus of Nazareth, that is. And then it perpetuated, many deliberations, many conflicts, many things into Christianity in the form that we know today, although in different aspects, in different sects, that is. Now, starting to preach love and tolerance, and man became passionate and partisan in the same time. Passionate for let's say, religiously for Jesus, and uh, partisan as well, which means uh, making factions, different way of thinking, different way of believing, and so on. This is how societies evolved, with strong religious aspects and the conflict of different beliefs and worshipping established. A new religion deriving from Judaism. Now, man started to rationalize and analyze. Miracles were the center of both Judaism and Christianity. Their followers were convinced of actualizing events accordingly. Moses performed many, the biggest of whom is striking the sea with his stick, causing a dry pathway for the children of Israel to be saved from then Pharaoh, according to the holy book. Jesus as well performed many miracles, that is. To give an example, like exorcism, resurrection, changing water into wine, healing sick and blind and lepers and so on, as well as walking on water. Of course, this is according to sometimes the Gospels, sometimes even the Quran. Now, people used to be amused and enjoyed, and above all, enjoined religiously with these miracles performed by the prophets, and they lived to relate it to next generation. At this point, man became spiritual, morally educated, but never gave up some bad characters acquired in the course of learning and choosing what suits his personality or purpose, like continuous fighting, continuous quarreling, continuous stealing, continuous womanizing, continuous drinking and losing control, and so on, together with the good side of, uh, well, not everyone, but in general, the good side of love and tolerance, and so on. At this point, things of life were permitted to his indefinite will and desire, which means can have everything, can have anything that he wants and he likes, and so on. These and can be attained whenever he likes, whenever he wants. So reaching a point of, let's say, fulfillment in some way, um, some satisfaction. You know. We stop here. but we continue tomorrow. Thank you for joining in.